Big Podcast.
Build a Big Podcast, the marketing podcast for podcasters. My name is David Hooper, and this episode, number 666, or as Iron Maiden would say,
666.
If you want to grow your podcast, get more people to your podcast, make more money with your podcast, those are the kind of things that I talk about here and at bigpodcast.com. I was thinking about episode 666. Oh, sorry.
666.
What does that signify to you? Some people think of the devil, right? Hell. So it made me think of the topic of burnout. It's very easy to have a situation where people look at you and what you're doing from the outside and they think, oh man, that must be great. You're living in a nice house. You're driving a nice car. You've got a hot wife. You've got a popular podcast. But on the inside, the house, it's straining you. The car, the yard, straining you. The wife, straining you. The podcast, not what it's cracked up to be. Inside is always different from the outside. You've heard me say that a million times. So I wanted to talk about what you're doing. Is it working for you? And should you continue it? I've had my own experience with this not that long ago. I'll be talking more about this in the future. I don't want to vague book this. You know, people get on Facebook, they'll say, need prayers pronto. This is an emergency. Prayer sent, prayer sent, prayer sent. I don't know if they're just looking for attention, just want to be heard, vent, that kind of thing, but they don't tell you what the situation is. They don't let you really do anything about it. Maybe click a like, click a care, click an angry, or like I said, leave a message that says something like prayer sent. I don't want to vague book you. I'll be talking a little bit more about this in the future. I just did an interview with Dave Jackson on School of Podcasting. I talk a little bit about this, but depression, talking about, well, you know, what am I doing? Waking up every morning being like, oh God, I'm going to die. It's a pretty bad place. And I joke around about it here, only because I've been through that. If you're going through that, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that message in future programming because I want to let you know that there is hope for that. You're not the only one going through it. And that is something that if you stick with something long enough, such as your podcast, there are going to be times when, yeah, it's exhausting. And if you're running a business with your podcast, there are going to be times where you think, oh man, I'm over my head here. I'm underwater. I don't know how I'm going to survive, make payroll, do what I need to do to get this thing out and make it another day. I got it. Been there. That's one of the things that's inspiring this message to you. Let's talk about burnout a minute. You got your original vision. It's working for you until it's not. You ever know anybody who's done alcohol, drugs? They say it works for you till it doesn't. In the music industry, I know a lot of guys like that. And it does work for them. It's a good coping skill. It's fun. You're in your 20s. You're not really seeing the downside of it. Then boom, all of a sudden you're seeing the downside of it. That could be your podcast. It could be the business around your podcast. Something that was appealing at first, it was fun at first, no longer is. There's been a lot of this in podcasting lately. Marc Manson is one of these guys. A drastic change lately. Had a very popular podcast, arguably one of the top 10 personal development business podcasts. I mean, getting hundreds of thousands of downloads, maybe millions of downloads. I don't know. A lot of great episodes, a lot of downloads, big listenership. He got sick of interviewing people. Got sick of doing the weekly thing. Maron is another one of those guys. He's out of here, man. Burnt out. So there's some drastic changes. Mark Manson, he was doing guests. Said, nope, doing solo episodes. Doing these weekly episodes. Nope. One a month. It's going to be about 4 hours long, and we are going deep. I'm looking at doing some more of that with this podcast. I don't traditionally have guests on this podcast. However, a lot of guys have good stories when it comes to podcasting, lessons that would help you to grow your podcast, get more people to your podcast, make more money with your podcast. I'm thinking about bringing them in. Talking about something that works for you, it's going great, and then all of a sudden it's not working for you. It's no longer going so great. I think that podcasters, any creative person, musicians, novelists, you're doing your thing, releasing your episodes, writing your books, publishing your films. There comes a time when you think, I want more than this. This is what got me into podcasting, ironically. I was working in music, and I still do some music stuff, broadcasting related mostly, but still work in the music industry. And I thought to myself, I don't care about doing promotion on records anymore. I want to move into some other stuff. That's what got me here. And I'm not leaving podcasting just like I didn't leave music, but I'm looking at what can I do to be more effective. And one of those things, and this is something I was planning on, but I've been working on a book about launching. So I've been thinking about that. And I've said yes to some projects. Just launched this thing for SiriusXM. I'm working on another independent podcast. I'm thinking, maybe I focus more on launching. Because this is an issue. Most people, they come to me because they want more people to their podcast. They want more downloads, more listens. They want to make more money with their podcast. They want more impact with their podcast, or they just want to feel better about their podcast, the things that I'm talking about. Then I say, okay, great. Well, we need to change this. Oh, whoa, David, I don't want to change anything. I just want more listeners, more money, more people to care about this podcast. That's not how it works. You want to change something, we got to break that thing down, take it to the studs, rebuild it. Are we going to keep some of the things? Yeah, of course. Some things work, but there's a lot that doesn't. And we got to go into it, go deep to find out what's not working, what is working, what you like doing, what you don't like doing, to find out why you don't already have those listeners, those downloads, that money coming in, or that influence. It's not like I've got some kind of magic wand and I can make your existing podcast without changing anything into something that's going to be more popular. That's not how it works. You got to deliver what people want. That's where I come in, developing content that people want, working with you to deliver it in a way that people want. And of course, all the back end, knowing about hosting, knowing about how to record, how to edit stories, whatever. I mean, that's the least of it, honestly. The technical elements, you could go to YouTube and learn that stuff. What mic do you use? How do I plug this mic into this interface? All that stuff's on YouTube. It's available for free. Where I come in, it's the bigger decisions. And it seems simple, frankly. When you're doing it, you're like, oh, that's easy. But it's small hinges, big doors. It has a huge impact on the results that you get, how you feel about your podcast. Anyway, going in a different direction. Let me get back on track. The point is, things may be changing for this podcast to build a big podcast. I'm reevaluating the newsletter, how I do that, specifically the audio format. You know, when I'm on here giving the audio edition of the newsletter.bigpodcast.com, that I'm reevaluating that. I might take a page from Marc Manson, look into those stories that I publish in the email newsletter. You know I've got an email newsletter, right? Yeah, newsletter.bigpodcast.com. Of course you do. I talk about it all the time. But sometimes people think that this podcast is only the audio edition of that newsletter. The truth is, no, it's not. I do have other episodes that I do, but the audio edition of the newsletter, the episodes that you hear where I'm talking about, newsletter.bigpodcast.com, those take quite a bit to produce. So it keeps me from doing these other episodes and really going deep. Might take a page from Marc Manson, but instead of not interviewing people like he's doing now, maybe I'll interview some more people. I love interviewing. That's one of those things I really need to do a book on, and maybe I'll do that next because I go deep into interviews. I'm known as an interviewer. I get a lot of great interviews because I punch above my weight in the skill that I have at interviewing people. I'm not going to talk about boxers and briefs with you. We're going to go deep, man. Not so deep on this podcast, though. I wanted to give you a quick heads up. There may be some changes coming. There will be some changes coming, but I'm not quite sure what they look like. My guess is that I am going to be focusing more on starting up, launching podcasts, not necessarily for beginners, but launching and relaunching, taking what you've got, looking at what works, looking at what doesn't work, retooling it, making it just a bit more aerodynamic and efficient where it works for you and it works for listeners, and focusing specifically on those things rather than just some general podcasting stuff. And not that I'm general, I'm a marketing guy. Like I've talked about on this podcast and every episode of it, I help you get more people to your show, get more downloads, make more money, make more impact. That's what I do, but it'll be within the container of a launch or a relaunch so we can really hit it hard, really push. I mean, launches are fun. When you do them, man, it gives you that end date to work to. So it's not like, well, I'll do this next week. That's one of the things that I find with the clients that I've got. The independent clients, the business clients are different. And that's more of the launch work that I do with the corporate guys. The independent guys, like, well, I'll get around to it. Like I said, they really don't want to change. That's on me. It's also on them, though. I don't think I've necessarily pushed that as hard as I've needed to for them to be effective. sometimes it's just like, I don't know, like I said, people, they really don't want to change. And I used to see this in the music industry all the time. People give me a record and they say, oh, what do you think about it? Well, it doesn't matter what I think about it because it's already done and out. What do you want me to say? I would have changed this, this, and that, done this differently. No, I mean, what's the point? Let's go with what you've got, man. The point is that you loved it. Let's work with what you got. And I can do that now. I mean, I'm not trying to crush somebody's dreams, yuck their yum. If you like what you've got and you really believe in it, let's work with what you've got. I'm not here to change you. However, if you want to break the thing down and rebuild it into something better, using things that I've learned and skills that I've acquired from working with hundreds of different podcasts and radio shows, that is an option. And I'm going to lean into that a little bit more. The new book is coming out, Podcast Launch Plan. That will be here by the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. I really want to do this right. I think I'm going to attach a workbook to it. It's going to have an audio book because podcasters don't always like to read. And plus you want to feel rich, right? Have me read it to you. And I've got a lot of outside of what I call big podcast work, where other people have come to me and I'm working hard for those guys. So that's kind of really, I'm not going to say it's putting a wrench in the spokes right now, but man, I'm up at, no joke, 4:15 every day to do this live daily show for SiriusXM. I've got other projects that I work on because that's not a full-time thing. I mean, I'm home noonish, and that's even after going to the gym. So, but obviously in bed early because I'm waking up at 4:15 a.m. every day. There's a lot coming up. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to bring you on with it. Wanted to keep you posted on it. That's what I'm doing. I hope you'll stick it out with me. If you want to do the things that we talk about, growing your podcast audience, getting more people to your podcast, making more money to your podcast, it's still based around that. Those are the goals. I'm just going to go about it a little bit differently. Some of the formatting is going to change. And I think that's good. People should change. Podcasts should change. Don't do the same episode 1,000 times over. Change it up. Let me give you an action step to think about. Where are you feeling stuck? What do you feel? That little inkling you've got, that voice, that angel, maybe a devil on your shoulder saying, you need to change this. What is that? If you want to talk about it, I'm available on Blue Sky. Of course, you can always get me at bigpodcast.com. Thank you for listening to this episode of Build a Big Podcast. More from me? Yeah, you can get it anytime. You can subscribe right now at bigpodcast.com. I make it very easy for you. 3 choices, 1 for iPhone, 1 for Android, 1 with an old-fashioned RSS feed. 1 click is all it takes to subscribe and never miss an episode. I've got you there at bigpodcast.com. And if you go there right now and hit one of those 3 buttons, I will see you on the next episode of Build a Big Podcast.